Welcome to Pax Europiana here from the future NATO Square, the present Schwarzenberg Square in Vienna. I'm calling for this place to be renamed into NATO Square, and also for the victory of our friends in Ukraine, also that they will join NATO together with Austria, Kosovo, Bosnia and all the peace-loving nations, and that we remodel this monument into a more appropriate monument, because it's very much a Stalin's monument, and that was a criminal dictator, a genocidal horror monster, and he should not have such a monument. It can be renamed NATO Square. Then there should be, not to dismantle it, I'm against destruction of monuments, but what we should do, remove his name, build a monument over there for a horror monument, a kind of museum against the Hitler-Stalin Pact, which was making the Second World War only possible, and then also build a big monument over there for Roosevelt and for Churchill, the big winners of the Western democracies. And the founding document of the Atlantic Charter should be in a monument here, in a museum. And that should be very much in the center space, because it was the Atlantic Charter, the founding document of the alliance between the two Western democracies, Britain and America, which was decisive because the Soviet Union got over 1 trillion of today's dollars in material help from America, and that was very much decisive for them sustaining the war and coming until Vienna. And it is of course important to remember all the victims, but it should be all the victims, and it shouldn't be any kind of Soviet narrative, because that is then still today the basis for this neutrality narrative, and all this Soviet neutrality narrative must be erased from the Austrian identity, and we should be a member of NATO. And that's why it's so important to have this square here renamed into NATO Square. And Schwarzenberg family, they have their castello, they are very happy. I think it's good for them, and so they will be excusing. We can keep that monument of Schwarzenberg. He was a great hero, but it's a long time ago. We should really focus on the future of our security arrangement, and that's why NATO Square is so important here for this square, and no longer Stalin Square or Soviet Square, because that's a big shame, and we should really do a change here, and that would be very appropriate. Thanks a lot for that here from NATO Square in Vienna. All the best, and please sign the Austrian People's Petition for Austria to join NATO. Thanks a lot, and let's all join NATO and the European Union. Please join NATO, and don't let the Soviet Union dominate us also in our identity narratives. Bye, thanks a lot.